All right. This is Rio, and I'm doing a police simulator patrol officers review today. Just to kind of go over some of the things that I'm seeing and some of the things that I'd like to see. We're going to go ahead and get started on it right now. We're going to start with a little background. I used to be a reserve deputy. I also served with a local police department as a reserve for a while. So I do have some of that experience. However, in the realm of gaming, I have played just about every police game there is out there. I have my eyes on several different titles that are still in development. And today I wanted to address some of the things I've seen in Police Simulator. Now, I've already been playing this. I've been playing this for quite a while now. And I find that I have a lot of trouble with a few major things when it comes to Police Simulator. It's a fun game if you just take it as it is. One of the first things I'm going to say is multiplayer. Multiplayer. You need to make a dedicated server package for this, and you need to have anywhere from, 2 to 10 people or 20 or whatever. For the size or the area that you're going to be in, if you were to do an open sandbox or open patrol where you've got people answering calls and running around and playing, you're going to need units in all these different sections of the city as well as the highway, and it's just insanity some of the things that you come up against. But I'm going to go ahead and get it started so you can see what I see. Now, I went recently and I bought the bundle, the Ultimate Duty Edition bundle, because I wanted like the unmarked car, which for some reason I don't have. It doesn't show up a lot of times. And I wanted the highway patrol in particular. So, because when I was playing 5M and I was playing with on the Rockstar Grand Theft Auto platforms as a police officer, I'd often find myself on the highway and I'd be responding to traffic and accidents and doing things like that because it was a lot of fun for me and it allowed me to throw up the speed detection and just scan people as they went by and then pull them over. And I really enjoyed that aspect of it. I liked, just policing the highways. So we're probably going to do that today too. But for now, let's start with what I am going to do is I'm going to show you from the very beginning some of the things that annoy me. Let's start with this. Go ahead and turn this off. We're going to load into the game. All right. Got my water here. Now this is the first thing. I've already loaded this game and played with the bundle several times, but for some reason, the new unlocks just continue to tell me that they're new unlocks, which they're not. They weren't new the day after I ended up playing it. So, and then we got to go through all these again. Like here's the unmarked vehicle pack, which for some reason wouldn't work for me. Special police vehicle pack, I have no idea. I'm never going to use that. And of course, we've got the customization pack, allows you to put a bunch of stuff on your vehicle. I think spotlights are actually removed right now, or they don't work. One of the two. There's the highway patrol expansion, and of course your UTV, which we've gotten since the very beginning. Some new customizations, which, in this particular thing, I wish they had different models of the characters. More diversity there, because I don't look like any of these guys. And, when I want to play like, make my character look like me, or at least close to me. So, but none of these actually do the trick. All right, so here we are. We'll get started. Going to continue. Now, debatable. I could do open patrol, Or I could do an assigned shift in one of these districts. I don't know why this one's red, but apparently it is. All right, so let's just do like just a quick one for this. All right, so we'll start our shift. It's a car patrol at night. All right. Now, one of the first annoying things is I should be in my custom outfit right now. It should have saved and I should be able to load right on into the custom outfit. But unfortunately, it's no longer that. You can't really call it custom and then have it save if it's not going to save. Now, granted, I'm Brighton Police today, so everything looks good. We'll just leave it like it is. But yeah, the custom outfits do not work. We're going to come out here and get ourselves a vehicle.
Need urgent assistance in setting up a roadblock?
This area has
Is
high
anyone
criminal
available?
I can take that.
activity. Ready yourself to show some police
Unfortunately,
presence.
I am not able to set up a roadblock
All
at the
right,
moment.
we're going to disable that for a minute. All right, so the very first thing, if you didn't just notice, we didn't even hit the front door fully before we had a call out, which is annoying. Very annoying. I mean, you should be able to at least get on the shift first before you have that issue. Let's go ahead and do this. We're going to come in here, customize a ride first. So let's enter the garage. I like my ride to look right, so this does save, I believe. Okay, so that's that. This. No. We want this one, current vehicle. Why is it switching to... Why is it switching to that? Alright, that's the one I want. Okay. Bull bar's there. Rims are there. Light bar. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do this. Let's just go to... Let's go back to default. I'm sure it'll be fine. What's retro? Ugh, that's retro? Yeah, let's just stick with default. Alright, we don't want a spoiler. There's no spoilers on patrol cars. I don't care about the sticker. Alright. I don't know why it's switching to this skin. That's weird. But that's what's in the trunk. I guess it doesn't really matter. We don't need a winch. We do want a camera. We are going to want... No, we don't want the matrix sign. We don't care about the snare. Launch control, we don't care. Yes, we do want that. Okay. So we got ALPR, which is basically a way to license plate reader, automatic license plate reader, which is nice. I think that's good. Let's just save it and get on out of here. But as you can see, you start off immediately with calls. Like if I turn this on, they're going to get calls left and right. It's crazy how many calls you get. Let's make sure everything's working. Alright. Actually,
There's an emergency. Urgent response required.
I'll see to it.
Officer available?
so let's just zip around here. AI doesn't exactly move out of the way like they should. It's giving me traffic violations while I'm on the way to something else. Lots of cars parked off the road. Alright, secure the accident at night by equipping road flares. You can find them in the trunk of your police car. Interview people, identify, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do all
arrived at
that
the scene of the
until we get out of the way. Oh, great, the siren. Oh, phew, I was going to say the siren
Excuse me,
didn't go
officer.
off.
Could you help me out, please?
Tools, let's get the road flares out first.
Hey, officer. Can you please help me out?
No, I can't. You see there's an accident right here, lady? Go away. Alright.
Hello, officer. I require help, please.
Now, how do I... Did it work?
Excuse me,
Oh,
officer.
there we go. Road flares.
Excuse me, officer.
I'm gonna shoot her. So, it won't let me actually activate the road flare. There it goes, finally.
Excuse me.
Throw this one right here so people know that there's an accident going on. Now I need to check on these people. Alright, what happened?
Tell me what you saw.
I'm still in shock. I need to get my head right.
Okay,
Would you please show me your driver's license and registration?
Okay, officer. There you go.
got a four-door. Alright, doesn't have a gun permit. License is still good. Oh, I didn't realize there was somebody injured. Alright, well, doesn't matter. Anyways, you know, I'm just basically going through and just kind of doing a quick thing here anyways. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and do this. Let's go check to see, is there anybody, where is the injured people at?
I'm going to apply a bandage. Please don't move.
I mean, you can't tell if they're actually hurt, but...
Tell me what you saw.
No. I just saw the accident after they'd already crashed.
I have an injured person requesting an ambulance.
Well, they're breathing, so... let's
Please
apply
don't move
bandages.
while I apply a bandage to you.
Okay, so this one's already... Okay.
Can you tell me what you saw?
I'm still recovering from the crash. My mind is blank.
Show me your ID and car insurance, please.
Sure, officer. Here you go.
Alright, so we got an expired license and no insurance. Alright, I'm gonna pull out the camera here, take pictures. Okay. You have to make sure that injured people get help they need. I did. Is there somebody else injured? Not that I see. There's nobody else injured. I already helped them. Look at this guy just gonna walk right through here like nothing's happening. Alright, okay, so driver, valid insurance, expired ID.
I have to fine you for carrying an expired ID. It will cost you between $75 and $100.
I should have stayed at home.
Should have. Especially if you couldn't drive. Alright, and we're going to do issue violation. Driver, valid insurance.
You're being charged for not carrying valid insurance.
There goes my day.
Let's just do this just because.
All right, let me just check to see if you're under the influence of alcohol.
Nope. It's .08 is the max. Okay. What about drugs?
I'll take a
Said your
sample
mind
to
was
check
blank.
if you've taken drugs before driving.
Nope. Okay. Let's hand him his accident report.
Here's your accident report.
Seems okay. Thank you, officer.
Alright, I think he can let him go, so.
All clear. You're free to go. Stay safe and have a great day.
I've got no probable cause to search the vehicle. You're gonna try to drive your car? Are you serious? It's crunched up pretty bad. Well, whatever. Okay, just gonna go ahead and do this.
Please
Alcohol
cooperate
test.
peacefully while I take a sample to check if you're drunk.
Alright. Let's just do a drug
You'll
test.
take a
make
test
sure
to
you
see
weren't
if
under
you've been
influence
driving
or
under the
anything.
influence of drugs.
Nope. Okay. I'm gonna give her her accident report.
Please take your accident report.
Such a comprehensive report will be very useful. Thank you, officer.
Alright.
We're finished here. You're free to go. Have a nice day and take care.
Apparently they're gonna. Wow. Alright, so here's one of the things that drives me nuts. Ambulance can't get through at all. Paramedics never made it to the injured people.
Officer?
Alright, let's get this out of the way here. Who is this and why is she standing here? Oh. Maybe I can.
Make a U-turn.
This doesn't seem to work either.
Move back. Make a U-turn. Make a U-turn.
I want to see if I can get the
Reverse.
cars to back up. Don't hit him.
Reverse. Reverse.
Your shift is over, officer.
Reverse.
Of course, the ambulance driver never showed up. And he doesn't seem to want to come out this way. He's just standing there. Oh, God. The AI is really screwed up on this. Alright, let's disable that. I don't want to get call-outs while I'm trying to do this. I need to get back to the cop shop, which is over here. Alright, so as you can see, it's got some wonky stuff going on here. It's not necessarily, I mean, it's kind of broken. I mean, how do you explain that? I guess, yeah, it's a little broken. But we'll end this shift and we'll make a longer one this time. Okay, which one is it going to let me do this time? End shift. But as you can see, I mean, some of it's just not working right, you know? I mean, like, the AI should, if there's an accident there and you've got flares down, they either need to proceed with extreme caution, or I could have put up a roadblock, but if I'd put up a roadblock, then the ambulance couldn't get through. So that leaves problems. The ambulance needs to be able to get through, and the AI should be smart enough to know, this is an ambulance, I need to get out of the way, so either I pull off to the side as far as I can and the ambulance goes by me, or, you know, turn down a different street, or back up and let them through. But that didn't happen. So that's just one particular example of some of the things that are a little messed up. Now, I could have handled that officially, and I could have done it by the regulations, and I could have done, you know, the way that you would do it if you were in law enforcement. Unfortunately, U.S. law enforcement and European law enforcement are totally different in a lot of different regards. But, I mean, normally, you know, the first thing I would do is I would go administer aid, you know, make sure, you know, are you okay? You know, find out what's going on. And then, you know, after I've got the ambulance on the way, I would attend to the, you know, to the patient until the ambulance arrives, either first aid or life-saving measures, whatever needs to be done. And then after that's taken care of and the ambulance picks up the patients, then you start to do your investigation, interview your witnesses, take pictures of the traffic accident, the damage to the vehicles, skid marks, you know, for all that, for all the forensics that they have to do. They can determine by if the skid marks are long, if they're short, how fast you were going. I mean, all that is taken into account. Granted, it's a video game, right? So they're not going to have a lot of that stuff. And by all rights, the developers, that's a lot of extra work that's just, it's unnecessary. I don't think there's ever going to be a comprehensive law enforcement game that encompasses that. It's a very simple, you know, bad guys in traffic, in accidents and bad parking situations and speeders, you know, and you've got your drug dealers and you've got, you know, your domestic violence calls and things, but it's very simplified. And while I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, it's also not as realistic as one would like it to be. So, I mean, there's that. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and accept our next shift. This time we're going to do a longer one. We will do, let's zoom out. As you can see, this is your city, right? The city of Brighton. And these are your different districts. So you've got Nelson Hill, Bannock. You've got, Shamwick, Wilcox, Rihanna, and of course, where's the other one? There's another one here. I guess I can't get to those right now, but there's actually other ones too. For some reason, it won't let me see the other ones. Don't know why. But I've been into Brighton. I've done the foot patrol around there. But yeah, lots of stuff to do. And then you've got the highway patrol shifts. And then you've got open patrol over here. Now, granted, if I'm going to do, it's not even giving me the option to do highway patrol right now. Foot patrol, cars, but no option for highway patrol. I don't understand that. So maybe let's take a day off and see if anything else. Oh, there's one right there finally. All right, so we've got this right here. Let's do 45 minutes. That seems to be a better option. Well, no, let's not do 45. Let's do 30 minutes. All right, so we're going to do the highway patrol one. We're going to leave our desk. Woo. Just got extremely bright. Extremely bright. The hell? That's not my monitor and it's not my graphics card. That's the game itself. So anyways, let's go ahead and we'll come over here to highway uniform. I like that one. It should come with the hat. State troopers wear the hat. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. Save and exit that.
We've received complaints about speeding drivers, officer. Perhaps you can pay special attention to that.
I'll keep my eyes open.
All right. We're not going to enable call-outs because, like I said, call-outs come really fast. Like, ridiculously fast. Let's turn on our headlights. Make sure our blinkers are working. Alright, my left blinker's not working. The rear one isn't. Front one is, though. Okay, good enough. Come on the road. Whoa.
Attention officers, we have a reported highway accident.
Roger
we
that.
need someone
I'm
available to
accepting
manage the
call-out. On my way
situation.
to the accident scene.
Keep in mind as well, at high speeds, slightest little tap on the keys will cause you to go out of control. You got to be very careful. I dropped the input down quite a bit. Oh great, there's a DUI. And I can't take care of that right now. Alright, so let's just come up here and see what the hell is going on. Well, this isn't the accident, it says. So what's going on here? So this is an accident that isn't an accident. There's no damage to the cars. There's no problems. This is just bugged completely. Okay, well. I guess we're going to come down and see what... Oh, now it's on the other side. What the hell is going on here? Sorry about oversteering. Alright, so... We're going to come over here and find a cut through. There needs to be more cut throughs for state troopers, by the way. Should be coming up on one. Traffic violations out the wing wang. There's a cut through finally. All kinds of cars stopped on the highway. No idea why. Emergency flashes don't work. Lights are doing wonky stuff too.
I'm now at the highway accident scene.
Crap.
Ready to take control and provide assistance.
We gotta get this right away. I need my tools. Fire extinguisher. No fire extinguisher. That's not good. Well, I guess it's just gonna have to. Maybe I can call the fire department.
I will take care of a small fire at the accident site.
You will. Well, how am I going to do that? There's no fire extinguisher. That's standard loadout in every car. I shouldn't even have to put that into a loadout. It should be there already. Okay, well, apparently that's going to be a problem. Oh, good. All right, let's find the injured people. Is there any injured people? Pieces of car everywhere. Pieces of car. I don't see the driver in that one. Yeah, now we got to put it in there first. Okay, well, doesn't do me any good now. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's just, yeah, we'll just do it real quick.
Tell me what you saw.
I'm still in shock. I need to get my head right.
All right, well, you can't actually see if they're okay because it won't let you.
Let me hear what you saw.
I'm still in shock. I need to get my head right.
So you can't. Okay. Well, first off, you boys need to. The truck driver got hit too?
Let me hear what you saw.
I'm shocked, officer. I have no idea what happened.
Oh, good Lord. Nobody seems to know what happened. Well, clearly something did. We got this guy who's... Why are the two people's heads went through the windshield. That driver's head and something went through the windshield on that side. Oh my God, what a mess. Alright, well, let's just start getting IDs.
I'd like to see your ID and car insurance, please.
Here you go, officer.
We don't even know what vehicles belong to what right now, so we'll have to look and see. Alright, it's valid. And that's valid. Okay. Alright, so he's got the 4-door plate number 2PPF55. Why do you look nervous?
All right. I'm just collecting a sample to check if you've had any alcohol while driving.
All right. You're looking nervous.
I'm just
and you're
collecting a
making me
sample to
nervous.
see if you've used any drugs while driving.
No, he's just nervous. Okay. All right, why don't you tell me what happened here? Let's see.
I need to see your ID and proof of
Oh,
insurance,
look, it's
please.
a clone of the other guy.
Sure, officer. Here you
And-
go.
Wow, not even the right voice for him. All right. Okay, December, and that's expired. Expired license. At least his insurance is fine. Expired driver's license, though, we'll be able to do that. All right.
All my belongings in the vehicle are gone. They're burned.
I don't care. You're alive. All right, let's see.
Would you
ID.
please show me your ID and the vehicle insurance?
Sure, here you go, officer.
All right, that's good. Almost expired, but still good. Okay. Not acting nervous or anything. That's good.
License and registration, please.
Sure, here you go, officer.
Okay. 24. Expired insurance. Yeah. But do we know which one was the driver? We don't, do we? We have no way to tell which one was the driver.
I'd like to see your driver's license and car insurance, please.
Yes, officer. There you go.
All right, 24. 23, still good. All right, you're good. They're not acting weird or anything. So let's just, bro, you couldn't possibly move that, huh? I'm not going to put out the roadblocks and all that because it's just ridiculous. That's a whole big pain in the ass. But the whole highway is blocked, so we're going to go ahead and try to get it cleared off as fast as possible. There's a skid mark and debris. I don't see anything else sticking out. So clearly these two got into it. The fact that this is as smashed as it is kind of tells me that something hit this, then bounced into that. I'm not sure what the hell this is all about. It doesn't make any sense. So, a double rear ending? Sufficient, but sufficient doesn't make me happy. Okay. Apparently this rig hit somebody. Flat tire. I don't know why the driver's side window is cracked. It doesn't make any sense. There's nobody even in that side. Alright. Okay. I think the best thing we can do here is to just clear this stuff out. So let's get these guys' accident reports. I'm not
Here's
going to
your
give any
accident
tickets.
report. Seems
because,
okay.
yeah,
Thank
it's
you,
not worth
officer.
it. Nobody's clearly at fault. There's no way to tell.
All right, you can go now. Drive safe.
This is the shady one.
Let me see your driver's license, and if available, this vehicle's insurance, please.
Okay, officer. There you go.
No, it wasn't him. Okay. This was the one that was nervous.
Please take your accident report.
Seems fine. Thank you, officer.
We're finished here. You're free to go. Have a nice day and take care.
Yeah, have a nice day. You just got in a major accident. You're not having a very nice day.
I'd like to see your ID and car insurance, please.
Gotta look at it one more time.
Here you go, officer.
Because how am I going to remember all this? Normally I'd have a clipboard and I'd be looking at all these things going, okay, and then I'd be writing this down. All right, so expired driver's license. Going to issue a violation for an expired license.
I'm issuing you a ticket for your expired ID. That should cost between $75 and $150.
Oh, come on! That's so much money!
Yeah, well, you almost killed somebody. It probably was you. All right,
This is your accident report.
Thanks, officer.
You're good to go. Drive safe and have a nice day. This is your accident report.
Okay, thank you, officer.
We're done. You can leave now. Have a good day.
the irony of this whole thing is they're not going anywhere with those vehicles.
All right, here's your accident report.
Thank you so much, officer.
We're done. You can leave now. Have a good day. Here's your accident report.
All right. Thanks, officer.
All right, you can go now. Drive safe.
Jeez.
I have a vehicle here for towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
Tow truck will arrive at your location shortly, officer.
I've never worked for the state police, but I have a feeling that this is nothing like it would be in real life. Nothing. Zero like it.
I have a vehicle here for towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
Tow truck will be at your location shortly.
Oh, there's a debris somewhere. Oh, there we go. Alright, we probably want to move this one out next.
I have a vehicle here for towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
Sure, it'll be with you shortly.
I have a vehicle here that needs towing. I need a wrecker at my current location, please.
Sure, it'll be with you shortly.
And of course, one freaking.
I have a vehicle here that needs towing. I need a wrecker at my current location, please.
Sure, it will be with you shortly.
I have a vehicle here that needs towing. I need a wrecker at my current location, please.
There's a traffic jam in your vicinity. Tow truck will be sent to your location as soon as the route is clear.
I'm not sure this truck can actually be towed. Maybe that's why they said that. Freaking license plate on the ground. What? I can select a violation? What? Seriously, bro?
Please cancel the tow truck. We no longer need it.
Copy that. Tow truck canceled, officer.
Except that it's not the case. Let's try it again.
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
All tow trucks are on call at the moment. We'll send one to your location as soon as possible.
In other words, that's basically their way of saying, we got no way to tow this semi. That's basically what it means. Okay. I'm still finding pieces of car everywhere. Pretty sure I just picked that up too. I'm not sitting here and guiding traffic this whole time. We're done. And again, just to point out some of the issues we're having. Well, look at this.
Support required. Any officers available?
No, because there's chaos out
I'm in the
here.
middle of resolving something else.
Good Lord, what are you doing? You're just sitting there.
Do you need help with your vehicle?
I need a tow truck. My car is officially out of commission.
Okay. No, we're not doing any of that. I don't really need any of this information either, so let's just...
All right, you're free to go. Enjoy your day. I have a vehicle here for towing. Can you send a tow truck to my current location?
Tow truck will arrive at your location shortly, officer.
What is this idiot doing? Look at this. Wow, the AI is so messed up. All right, let's get away from this because this is a nightmare. Look at this, just sitting in the middle of the road. What the hell? Oh. This taxi really is trying to make some money right there, man, just sitting in the middle of the highway. It's a parking lot, not a freaking highway anymore. Oh my God. Yeah, there's some big honking issues. Wow. Oh, let's actually go into the garage and get a fire extinguisher. We need to go into the garage. Okay. It's standard issue. It's all standard issue. I mean, really? I shouldn't have to do this, but okay. No cruiser, no state cruiser is going to have no fire extinguisher. There will be one in the vehicle. Just like any law enforcement vehicle in the city, they will all have a fire extinguisher, guaranteed. Oh my god, what is going on here? Seriously? What the hell is that? Oh, there's grass growing through the road. More grass. Another frickin' taxi sitting there. What the hell is going on? Seriously, bro? Wow. Didn't use a turn signal. He was speeding. Turn off this. Go to the computer. Open warrant? Yes. Valid registration? Yes. No turn signal? Yes.
Open the door and exit the vehicle slowly. Keep your hands clear of your body.
What I want to do.
You're under arrest. I will now cuff you.
Please, don't do that.
I don't know what you did, lady.
Please cooperate for a search procedure.
You would normally order a female officer out here, or, get someone out here to witness it. But okay, handgun and a pocket knife.
I'd like to see your ID and car insurance, please.
Here you go, officer.
So I'll take a look at this real quick. No handgun permit. Wow. And I'm also going to give you issue evaluation for driving, no turn signal. Not that that was the reason why I pulled you over.
I'm issuing you a ticket for failing to signal, which should be around $60 to $150.
Oh, come on! That's so much money!
I'm also issuing you a violation for speeding.
I have to issue you a ticket for
Oh,
speeding.
didn't count it.
That will be
Oh, well.
between $100 and $150.
Went by me at
So
a
much
high rate
money
of
for
speed,
such a
which is over the
small
speed limit.
infraction.
All right,
Backup requested to take a suspect into custody. I
could
repeat,
take her,
backup
but I don't
requested.
feel like taking her to jail.
Copy that. The nearest available unit will be sent to your current location.
Holy crap! What the hell?
I'll be arriving at your location soon.
Yeah, you think? You just
Hey,
ran
partner.
into the
I'll
damn
take the
car.
suspect directly into custody. I need you to be cooperative and follow me to the patrol car. I have no choice.
Oh, they got issues. You got big issues.
I have a car here that needs towing. Please send a tow truck to my current location.
A wrecker will be there in a couple of minutes.
Good Lord. What exactly are you going to do now that you're a part of that guy's car?
Your shift is over, officer.
Oh, yeah. Actually, let's go right here. I want to see. Where's the nearest? Where am I at? All right, so if I go down this way, which way am I headed? I'm headed. Is there a cut through somewhere up here, maybe? I don't know. Let's just do this. I wish there was mirrors on the sides too, so you could see what was coming. I think that would be a nice addition. Just so you don't have to, because you can't zoom in and see the inside of the car. So you're really kind of at the mercy of hoping nothing's behind you and using your camera. Oh look, whole people out in the middle of the road. There's my cut through to head back to the station. You're stopped in the middle of the road. Sweet Jesus. You're stopped in the middle of the road. Oh crap, I could have... Is that a... Is there a cop shop in there? I might go check that out real quick. I've never actually been to this. Whoa. So touchy. The way station, so it should have like the scales and maybe a place to park. Oh yeah. Well, that's nice actually. I like that. What a weird spot for this car to be. Is there a door into this thing? Apparently. What do you know? That's interesting. All right. So, as you can see, there are big issues. Huge issues. Yeah, the AI is all borked. I'm not real sure what to make of that, to be honest. So, procedurally, let's say you come up on an accident. You're a state trooper on the highway. The first thing you want to do is you want to assess the situation. You want to find out who's injured, if they're injured, if they need any medical care. And then you're going to turn around and you're going to, after you've got an ambulance on the way and medical care, administered, you're going to start doing investigations, find out what happened, talk to witnesses, and then get all that stuff onto a report. Then you're going to start taking evidence, looking at the evidence. You're going to take pictures of the vehicles. You're going to take pictures of skid marks, everything else. And then, of course, you're going to issue any violations. But there's also a matter of determining fault. you can't really, this game doesn't really give you the opportunity to determine fault. So if I have 5 witnesses all sitting there, or 5 drivers that have all been involved in this accident, and none of them actually have, any kind of descriptive, this is what happened, how am I supposed to know who's at fault? If guy A says, well, I don't know what happened, my mind's a blank, and then the rest of them say the same thing, well, clearly there was an accident and you guys have been involved in a multiple vehicle collision. But if there's no fault, then what happens? Because you don't have an accident like that without somebody being at fault. Somebody did something stupid. Somebody was either speeding, they were recklessly driving, they weren't watching, and they ran into somebody else when they were merging lanes. They brake checked you. That's a common occurrence. But something had to have happened to have caused that. It didn't just, magically you guys ran into each other and that was it. But I need some water. But, yeah. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of fleshing done out in that particular aspect of this game. Once in a while, you'll get an accident, and it'll be, the guy is clearly drunk, the one that hit him, and you can arrest one of them, and then one of them gets to go free. And another thing is, I don't like the way it communicates. I don't like the communication between your citizen that you've pulled over and conducting your interview. That's what we call it. But so the first things you would do is if you were approaching, like say somebody got pulled over for speeding, right? So the first thing I usually do is I walk up to the door and I ask for their driver's license and their proof of insurance. And then they ask me, or sometimes I'll even announce it to you. You have any idea why I pulled you over? And if they come clean, then I'm usually a little bit more lenient. But if they're not clean about it, then I say, I pulled you over because you were doing 60 and a 45 and I have you on radar. So then, I tell them, this is it. This is what's going on. And then I take their information and I go ahead and I punch it into the computer. I look for open warrants. I look for, anything else that might be a flag. Do they have a gun permit? Do they have a record? Is their car, does it match the plate that's on the vehicle? Is it the right vehicle for the registration? Is the registration valid? Is the insurance valid? You check all these things, all these boxes as you're doing these stops. But you do it in a very specific order. And in this game, you can really just kind of go out of order on everything. You don't have to do it in any particular way, which I don't like. I like that when you're arresting somebody, the first thing you do is you give them the Miranda rights. You have the right to remain silent, blah, blah, blah. And you're not reading the Miranda to them, which is important in law enforcement. It's just probable cause is kind of left up to the imagination, too. If somebody looks nervous to me and they've been in a traffic accident, I'm going to immediately assume that they're nervous for a reason. Either they're nervous because they just got in an accident, which is more than likely, or they're under the influence of something, or they're hiding something. And my probable cause will be those particular reasons. And that allows me to search the person, search the vehicle, do the DUI tests, for whatever it is in the game. I think it's amphetamine, narcotics, cannabis, and DUI alcohol. So you can do these tests on them to determine if that's one of the things they're hiding. Of course, once you search them, and you can't really search them with probable cause, not necessarily. You have probable cause to investigate further, but unless you think they're under the influence or they've indicated in some way that they're drunk or they're high, there's not a whole lot you can do on that. It's kind of a gray area. But anyways, so procedurally, I think it needs work. Obviously, the AI needs hella work, if you've noticed what I've noticed. The parking lot in the middle of the highway at 65 miles an hour was kind of a dead giveaway there. And you noticed when I was doing the highway shifts, lots and lots and lots of broken down vehicles. And another thing, the patrol car loadouts, standard issue stuff that's in every cruiser. Before you ever pull it out of the motor pool and you take it out onto the road, it doesn't matter if you're in local law enforcement or you're in state, there are several things that are always included. All right, and that is your first aid kits, your like flares, your fire extinguisher, and other things. But those things are important. I mean, when you do a DUI kit in a DUI or narcotics in an alcohol kit, those are kits that are in the back of your car that you pull out. So they all come pretty standard. But yeah, there's just some things about this game that don't sit right. And obviously there's a lot of technical issues. You saw them yourselves. But I will say this much, in please don't be mad at me, developers, if you see this review. But I really think you need to have this stuff buttoned up first, and then you need to focus on increasing the multiplayer to 10 to 20 for this particular large-sized area, especially on Open Patrol. You need to have a dedicated server file that people can run, so that they can actually host these servers, so that people can just log on to the servers, which means you're going to need some sort of way to handle server connections, either through self-advertisement of this is my IP address and port, or some sort of like game menu where you come in and you say, okay, this server is here, this is unofficial, this is official. If you decide, I would say stick with unofficials. I wouldn't even say do an official. But you definitely need that. Call-outs. Call-outs are happening too frequently. And when you're in the middle of a call or you're in pursuit of somebody, having a bunch of violations flying by on your screen is distracting and annoying. Need to handle that in a different way too. And while you're on a scene, if you're investigating an accident, clearly you're at the accident, so you don't want to hear any more call-outs. That needs to be something that disappears. Either that or, have a busy, like, on scene, and, it just basically won't put any more call-outs to you particularly until after you clear your scene. Really, that's all I have right now, other than the DLCs. Some of the cars don't show up when you try to choose them, like if you're trying to get them on the garage. And it's very annoying that every time I load the game, I have to see every single DLC pack that I've unlocked over and over and over again. I know I unlocked them. I've used them in the past, and you're still telling me that they're brand new and that I just unlocked them. I don't like that. That needs to be fixed. That's just irritating. But I mean, all in all, and this goes out to devs and to whoever wants to buy this game, know that it's only 2-player co-op right now. Know that as of 2 years ago, during a Q&A, the 100th episode on Beaver's Q&A with the developers for Police Simulator, patrol officers obviously, it was stated that most of those questions actually that he asked were pretty much a hard no, without saying hard no. Is it possible to do it? They said yes. There's a lot of technical challenge, and it's not in the plans right now. Was pretty much it for everything. But to me, that just says hard pass. I really think that if you want this to actually stand up to upcoming games like what's that? Patrol 1301, I think is the name of it, or Patrol Simulation, or no, is it Police Simulation? I think it's called Police Simulation, or Responding, which are going to be sandboxed and have all this stuff, including EMS and fire. I think you're going to need to put a good solid multiplayer foundation in, dedicated servers. I think you're going to need to definitely polish this because it's in rough shape. I mean, you saw the Highway Patrol stuff. It was terrible. Yeah. And I haven't even gotten into the other stuff. Like, let's talk just for a quick second about some of the other things you can do. Now, you can be an undercover cop. You can have the undercover uniform, which isn't really undercover because guess what? Your badge is on the outside, your gun's on the outside, you're wearing a police cap. All right, so you're not really undercover anyways. And when you're wandering around and you're looking for drug dealers, it's pretty much, everybody's saying, hi, officer, and walking by and waving to you and wanting to talk to you and asking for directions. You're supposed to be undercover, which means you're not identifiable as a police officer. And it's just, there's something really wonky with that. And drug deals just barely happen at all. Whereas, the jaywalking and everything else that if you don't toggle it off is completely rampant. Like, I can show you real quick some of the settings you can do here. Let's just, let's accept. Let's go ahead and go to the main menu. Accept. All right. Hopefully it saves this time. It gave me a cloud error earlier. All right, so let's just look at some of the gameplay settings here. All right, so actually, I think it's going to be under. Maybe not. It's not going to let me do it in here. Maybe I have to be in game. Okay, so let's just go back in here real quick. I'll look at the settings in here. You can actually tell it what you want. Like if you want certain violations to not show up. I suppose if you really want to spend the time and do it. Oh, look. Now see, I've got a different district completely. See, this is Brixton. I'm in downtown. I've already done all these. But I already did all these. I don't understand why I have them again. But it is what it is. All right, so downtown. Tackling Callahan Financial. These are all the things that you have to do. Okay. All right, accept. Now let's look at settings. I think it'll let me do it now. No, it won't. Not until I get in the game. All right, so let's just... I'm not going back to the highway. That was a disaster. We'll do a 35-minute shift. We're not actually going to do the whole 35 minutes, though. I just want to get to the settings real quick, and then I'm going to cancel it out. All right, so multiplayer. No, that's multiplayer. It's not at game settings. Gameplay. There we go. All right, so casual mode, which is off, makes different aspects of the game easier. Casual general settings. All right, so you can do like card damage. You can ignore it. She names points of interest. Yes. So you can make it really easy on those, but you cannot. I mean, active track. Yeah, I mean that. Ignore red lights. Ignore stop signs. Driving under the influence. You can, all these different violations that you can turn on and off. You can be a way station guy where you can sit at the way stations and you can have, them coming on the scales. Other violations, littering. I turned off jaywalking and littering, and I was like, no, I don't want any of that crap. But there's a lot of stuff you can put on here to kind of customize your own experience. And I do like that. I just think that some stuff works better than others, and some things aren't very descriptive. Like, if I'm an undercover officer, I don't want to be seen by people as a cop. I want to be just walking around like I'm a good old boy, until somebody does something in front of me and then I see it. Or, in some cases, I would like the opportunity to do drug stings or drug busts where, we set up, we're in an unmarked vehicle across the street, we're watching what's going on. And once we see the transaction, we bust out and start arresting people. That would be fun. But the actual in-progress crimes don't happen for the most part unless it's traffic. So, I mean, you can get like jaywalking and littering, and I mean, that's in progress, obviously. But, a lot of these things, like a robbery, it's not in progress. You're doing it after the fact. So, some things would be nice if they weren't, so contained, I guess. But all in all, and this is just me summing up the whole thing at this point, and that's to say that it is what it is right now. It's still very early on in this game's life. I believe it's even still early access. And there are going to be bugs. There's going to be issues. And they have a lot of work left to do on it to get it anywhere near the way it should be. But I enjoy it. I think it's fun. I mean, it doesn't always work the way you want to. And sometimes you're just half the entertainment is just how screwed up something is. You know, like the highway thing where everybody's, made it a parking lot. 65 mile an hour speed limit and everybody's doing 0. 5 cars all lined up in the middle lane. I mean, it almost looks like Orlando traffic during rush hour. So, but yeah, I mean, it needs some work. I would say that it's worth picking up if you like stuff like this. Like, I love Police Quest, and I love some of the other games that I've played that are police related. So, it's harsh criticism, but it's fair. And I think with some time and patience, the developers will get this thing in tip-top shape, or at least close. I don't expect perfection because the gaming industry hasn't produced perfection in years, with the exception of Baldur's Gate 3. And, you're not going to find a whole lot of people or a whole lot of studios that actually hold to those standards. So, but anyways, I think that's good enough for this video. I'm going to upload it. Then I might jump off for a while, or I might get on Twitch or something. I do have to get on and do some RuneScape Dragon Wilds. I haven't been on in a while, and I need to update my stuff on Ark. So, but if you're interested in us, you can find us at Unity Gaming Group in Discord. We do have Ark servers. We have a Conan Exile server and a Palworld server. So feel free to jump on. You can definitely play on our Ark cluster. We have all the current maps available, including Astreus, Ragnarok being the newest one. So, yeah, feel free to like, subscribe, and follow. And I hope this helps.